Welcome to another production of ParkTV 16 Sports on location. This afternoon, we are streaming live on YouTube, bringing you section Class 3A 6-section semifinals. And I'm Robert Christensen. Along with me is Bill Cottrell doing the color. I'm usually here by myself, but it's nice to have a partner. And Bill, introduce yourself. You're a former Benilde-St. Margaret's graduate of this place. Is that right?
That's right, Bob, and class of '75, and I knew Bill Haben, who they named the gym after him. He was a legendary coach at Benilde and had a big family, and it's great to be back at my alma mater.
All right, they're announcing the starting lineups, and they're right there. Number 4, he is their featured player for Richfield. Number 4, C.J. Armstrong, and there for the Red Knights is number 3, Ronald Lee, averaging 9.6. Prior to him, Jaden Daisy was introduced. He was number 1. He's averaging 14.6. And now for Richfield, that's number 5, Musa Sané, averaging 4.9, senior for Richfield. Now for the Red Knights, number 5, Jaleel Donnelly. He's one of 3 J's, Jaden, Jaleel, and Jalen. Now for Richfield, number 23, David Lee, averaging 7.6 for the Spartans. And now number 23, Abu Kita, the junior, checking in. He takes up a lot of space underneath. And for Richfield, number 35, that is Dre Collins, averaging 8.3, just a freshman starting for the Spartans. And now the leading scorer for the Red Knights is number 24, Jalen Wilson, averaging 18.5. And Bill, the key to this game has got to be C.J. Armstrong for Richfield and whether or not the Red Knights defense can slow down this high-scoring Richfield team. They came in averaging 82.7 a game. Meanwhile, the Red Knights have averaged 54. If this is a high-scoring game, that's going to favor the Spartans. If the Red Knights can keep it low, I think that'll favor them.
Should be a great game, and I think your analysis is spot on. I'm looking for a relatively high-scoring game.
All right, we're about to begin here. 18 minutes on the clock, and remember, this is the first year we've got a shot clock above the nets. First year, it never really seems to come into play in the games that I've done in both girls and boys. And we're underway, second big game here from the Hobbins Center on the beautiful campus of Benilde-St. Margaret's, and we're underway in St. Louis Park. Glad you're with us on ParkTV 16 Sports. And the Red Knights control first with it, number 3, that's Ronald Lee, averaging 9.6. Tight man-to-man defense by the Spartans. Underneath the key, he loses it, and there's a collision right after, and there's gonna be a block on
23.
Kita. That is Abu Kita. He draws the first team foul for the Red Knights and their first turnover, and now the Spartans. And here come the Red Knights, full court man-to-man press, Bill. They're going to bring the defense, and that's going to be the key. Here is C.J. Armstrong. He's averaging 32 a game. And they're going to try to stop him, and they double-team him. That's Jalen Wilson. Down low underneath to number 1. That is Jaden Daisy, and the Red Knights execute that man-to-man press perfectly. 2-0 Red Knights.
They're playing a real tight D, man-to-man.
With the ball for Richfield is number 3, Xavier Hayes. He averages 17.5, and now C.J. Armstrong gets fouled.
Another foul.
By number 1, Jaden Daisy. That'll be his first personal team second. And there's the replay. Jalen, beautiful pass. Sneaks it in there to Jaden Daisy, off the board and in. Good start for the Red Knights. Now underneath. Just the block extended. That's number 3 with it. Xavier Hayes underneath, and good. Number 35 with the basket underneath on the rebound. Dre Collins, the freshman, averaging 8.3, ties it up for the Spartans. And now back into the front court is Ronald Lee. Lee with it into the corner. That's number 5, Jaleel Donnelly. Donnelly, tight man-to-man. He'll dribble, drives the lane, extends, gets pushed back out. Now into the corner, that's Abu Kita. Kita, look at the shot clock. We're at 12 seconds. Now Jalen Wilson, he's outside for a big man, the 6'7", backing in. Now kicks it out to Donnelly behind the net. 4 on the shot clock. I think he lost sight of it, and that's going to be a shot clock violation, and the Spartans fired up about their defense there. Here, look at the shot clock on the replay. There it is at 0, and it came off just afterwards. Good call by the referees. Tied 2-2. So far early on, low scoring. That favors the Red Knights overall. Now at the top of the key, number 3, Hayes, averaging 17.5. Now in the near wing, C.J. Armstrong. Jaden Daisy has drawn the duty to... And from outside, he's short. Nice defense by the Red Knights. Lead pass ahead to Kuda. Comes in, off the board. The rim, rebound. Kita gets it again, puts it up and in. Our score 4-2. Full court press. The intensity level here at the Hobbins Center is up a notch or 2. Now to the front court, number 3, Hayes gives it up to 35. That's Dre Collins. Now to 23, that is David Lee. David Lee with the running jumper, off the board and in.
4-4 game, 16 minutes, little less than 15 minutes and 30 seconds to go.
All right, now at the far wing, that is number 1, Jaden Daisy, his 3 off the rim. Rebound, Jalen Wilson. Big board by Wilson on the offensive end. Puts the Red Knights up by 2. We're at 15:22 to go here, first half.
They're sticking with that full court press, Bob.
C.J. Armstrong now looking for his first points of the afternoon. In the corner now, number 3, Hayes drives. Coming over to help was Jaden Daisy. Looks like they might be in a matchup zone here.
I think you're right.
Now in the near wing is 35, Dre Collins. Their shot clock troubles at 8, way off the mark. Rebound though, into the hands of number 5, that's Moussa Sané. New shot, and the big shot off the board. Contact after the shot, no call. Now Uba Kita on the break, off the board and in. What great agility on display by number 23, Abu Kita. And now on the other end, on the defensive end, the tenacious defense by the Red Knights forces it out of bounds, but the possession will remain with the Spartans. We look at that replay and look at the body control of Abu Kita, Bill.
It's going to be a fast-paced game. Both teams like to bring it.
All right, now Hayes, now C.J. Armstrong. They are all over him, and you knew they would be, didn't you? They stopped C.J. Armstrong. It's going to go a long way towards victory here.
We've got a foul.
Whistle on the play, stops the clock with 14:16 to go. Here's that replay. Oh, look at the arm. That could have easily been a charge, Bill.
That's what the coach for BSM wanted.
Yeah, that's Damian Johnson, former Gopher.
He's going to make a switch. He's going to have to bring out the...
Xavier Lumpkin will check in for number 3. Ronald Lee, he'll take a seat. All right, now Richfield with the ball. They're down 4.
Turnover.
Red Knights largest league, and there's a steal, and now ahead to number 34. He just checked in. Lumpkin gets it to go. He draws contact, and he'll go to the line for the and 1. He had just checked in the game a moment ago, Bill, and makes an impact immediately.
10-4 with 14 minutes to go. It was a great turnover for Benilde.
And I don't know if he shoots left-handed, but look at the excitement on his face. Xavier Lumpkin, the senior, making an immediate impact with a 3-point play opportunity at the line. Out the rim, rebound, Richfield. They lead it out there. Quick outlet pass, long distance to 35 Collins, but the Red Knights recover. 14 to go here, first half. That's Dre Collins, and intercepting with Jaden Daisy, the senior. And I thought it was going to be the Red Knights defense is going to make the difference here this afternoon if they're going to win this game, and so far they are dominating.
No doubt about it.
Checking in now, that's Therese Hagler, averages 5.1 freshman for the Spartans, as Coach Omar McMillan goes to his bench. As we approach the midway point, or getting closer to it, Armstrong from the baseline, and look at that beautiful shot by T.J. Armstrong.
High arching. Nothing but net.
Just what the doctor ordered if you're a Richfield fan. They need to get C.J. Armstrong going, and they got to find some space for him. Now on the outside, the 3-point shot taken by Number 5, that was Jaleel Donnelly. Quickly, Richfield down the court from outside. Number 14 was Hagler, who just checked in, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound, can't go. Contact underneath, no whistles. Now Armstrong drives, and he's going to be fouled by Xavier Lumpkin, reaching in from behind.
Good call by the ref.
There he is. Here's the replay. As C.J. Armstrong with 2 guys on him. That's what he's going to be contending with, is double teams all afternoon, Bill.
His first basket of the game.
All right, now throwing underneath. 20 seconds on the shot clock as we approach the 13-minute mark of half number 1. Now in the corner, quick now on the block. CJ, quick turnaround jump shot off the back rim, rebound, Wilson. Wilson will bring it up the court, brings it into the front, backs out. Now top of the key to Donnelly, into the corner. That is Daisy, and
oh, they got him for walking.
Got a little anxious with that first step.
Exactly.
Turnover.
Got a good crowd today. Richfield's really brought a strong turnout.
All right, now into the front court is Xavier Hayes, the senior. C.J. Armstrong, Daisy all over him. Gets it back. Now take the give and go with the left hand. Can't get it to go. Rebound underneath. Kita. Good defensive stand again. This Armstrong still trying to find his rhythm here on offense, Bill.
He drove in well, but just couldn't knock it down.
Donnelly now drives the baseline, gets it to Wilson off the board and in. Nice touch by Jalen Wilson.
He used that 6'7" frame of his and made it count.
Indeed, C.J.
Blocked.
Armstrong. Jalen blocks it on the other end. He is having a game, Bill. He had a key offensive rebound for a putback. Got a second putback there. He's been dominating on the offensive boards. I believe he's 2 for 2. Key stat for sure. You win the offensive board stat, you're going to win the game most often. Now, Jaleel.
Another basket.
Yes, he does. Jaden Wilson gets it again. He's got 6 on the afternoon. Having a great start here on the semifinal, Section 6.
Nice
3A.
layup.
And now a nice give and go underneath for Richfield. They needed that.
14-8.
That was Hayes. All right, now Benilde back into the front court at the top of the key. Number 5, Donnelly drives with the left hand, draws contact and a whistle. And that'll stop the clock with 11:30 to go. And to the line will be number 5, Jaleel Donnelly. And here is that block by Jalen Wilson. Did he catch his finger at the tip at the end? That could have been a touch foul there. Didn't look like C.J. Armstrong was complaining, so no call. And Donnelly at the line with that nice left-handed form.
Couple of subs. Richfield's bringing in Adeninda, who averages 8 points a game.
Also checking in for the Red Knights is 0, Milton Nuwan, and along with number 4, Tanner Rose. Nuwan, a freshman, and Rose, a sophomore. So Damian Johnson going to his bench, giving the starters a little bit of a rest here, as we're not quite halfway through the first half. And in and out, rebound to number 35, Drake Collins. Now C.J. Armstrong. His team down 7 on the road, and it's out of bounds off Rose. As he
Off BSM, and plenty of time on the shot clock, 28 seconds.
All right, throw-in will be by number 2, Aiden Inda. No, he'll give it up those duties to Dre Collins now. Collins. And that could be an over and back. No, they're not going to call it. That can be a confusing rule. Now C.J. Armstrong and Jalen Wilson is not having it at his house.
Big block, big block.
No sirree. What an impact he is making this afternoon early here in the first half. My goodness, he came to play, folks. Dominating on the offensive and defensive end. Swatting them away like King Kong on the Empire State Building.
In fairness, that's probably a poor shot choice because it was an easy block.
All right, now, jump shot.
Nice shot.
Number 23, David Lee. Spartans needed that. They're still within 5.
They're hanging with them.
Now Donnelly drives the lane in with the left hand, off the rim, rebound into the hands of number 5. That is Musa Sana. Now cross
Long
court.
pass.
Nice long pass. Richfield likes to move it out quickly with those long passes. Armstrong trying to get position underneath, but from outside, nice looking shot, didn't go, was Aiden Inda. 5-point lead remains, now to the near side. Donnelly finds Lumpkin underneath and in. What a nifty athletic play that was, Bill, by number 34.
It was beautiful.
Xavier Lumpkin, boy, that was like magical.
There's another foul.
And now, foul on Donnelly, I believe they're gonna call.
CJ looks a little frustrated right now.
15 foul. Looked like it was going to be called. I think it's called on Jalen.
Look at how tight the defense is on CJ, right? Even before the passing.
Yeah, you knew that was going to be the strategy for BSM when you see that this team averages 82 a game and 32 come from CJ Armstrong.
There's another foul.
It's pretty easy to determine what your defensive strategy is going to be. As you stop CJ Armstrong, you win the game.
And that's on the big guy. 24.
So Jalen Wilson gets his first team 6 now. That puts Richfield in the bonus, Bill, with 10 minutes to go, and that could really favor CJ Armstrong. Knowing that, I'd be going to the rim a lot more often, trying to get contact, go to the free throw line, try to get back in this game and stop the clock at the same time.
I think you'll see it. He missed the first free throw, and almost halfway through, it's 17 to 10. We don't have the high-scoring game that I thought might occur.
Second one made. So Richfield now down 6. Tanner Rose will bring it up into the front court. No pressure by Richfield. Now there's pressure right there by number 23, David Lee. He scrambles for it, and they're going to call a foul. Looks like on the Red Knights.
Let's see what he calls.
Let's see here. Nope, number 23, Richfield with the push. He's going to get the call. David Lee, his first.
They were both battling for the ball. It was a tough call by the referee.
Richfield now coming out to half court. Their head coach, Omar McMillan, encouraging them to come out now. Full court pressure. Ever so slight, but that is Lee.
Beautiful pass.
In the corner, in and out by Daisy. Rebound, CJ Armstrong finds 23, Lee underneath, and he draws the foul.
He'll go to the line.
That'll be a shooting foul.
That was on Jaleel Donnelly. His first foul.
17 fouls now on the Red Knights.
2 shots.
And this is what the Spartans want here. They're down 6.
Neither team has taken a timeout.
All right, at the line, number 23, David Lee. Gets that one to go.
Nice looking free throw. Nothing but net.
All right, lots of switching around along the lane. Coach McMillan calling out his orders, and now at the line, they're ready to go for shot number 2 for David Lee. And
just
in and
off.
out, Kita with the rebound. Now Donnelly will bring it up. He'll hurry it up. Now he slows down into the front court now.
They got it
Kita.
inside, and a foul.
All right, Donnelly to throw it in underneath. 9:43 to go. 4th team foul now on Spartans, so it's starting to even up here. All right, throw in for Donnelly, 26 on the shot clock. In the corner, that's number 1, Jaden Daisy. Daisy now to Kita. Around the horn to Donnelly on the far wing. Looks, gives it up to Nuan. Nuan drives, gives it in the corner. Daisy drives. 14 on the shot clock. Rose at the top of the key. Back to Daisy, takes the outside shot. Looked like it was partially blocked. Rebound, Nuan on the offensive boards. Now Kita underneath gets it to go. And that is the overall strength and size of Abu Kita, establishing his dominance on the offensive boards. And now back on the other hand, saved underneath to number 2, Inda. And now we got contact. And there's going to be a foul on the Red Knights. And that'll send Richfield to the line. Frenetic action on both ends of the court.
Number 4 got called for that one. Xavier.
That's CJ Armstrong.
Tanner Rose.
Oh, Tanner Rose got that. That's right. And at the line, will be number 2, Aiden Inda. 14 fouls now, or excuse me, 18 fouls on the Red Knights, and at the line, number 2. He averages 8.1, can't get that one to go. And Richfield, if they're gonna have a chance, Bill, they've gotta be efficient from the free throw line when they get their chances. In the corner, having checked in, number 3, Ronald Lee, off the rim by Kita, though, rebound. Daisy comes in with a power move on the baseline, and he's stuffed at the basket. Richfield comes up big on defense. Now into the front court, that is number 5, Senet. Senet gets the return at the top of the key. That is number 3, Hayes. Now C.J. Armstrong will do his magic. Shot, good.
And good.
19-14, and C.J. Armstrong may be getting heated up here as we're now a little ways past halfway of half number 1. Now Donley on the wing to number 3. That is Lee. To the near side, Donley. Far side now. Daisy, top of the key. Lee. Now Wilson at the top. Outside Daisy, beautiful. Looking 3 by Jaden Daisy.
Here comes Richfield.
Now Richfield in the front court. C.J. Armstrong to number 3. That is Hayes. Into the corner, all alone was number 35, Drake Collins. He was so alone, I think it kind of shook him there on his shot. Now, underneath, Wilson tried to get it to Kita, and it was poked out of bounds. Possession will remain with the Red Knights. Here's that replay by C.J. Armstrong. What a nice looking shot. Silky smooth, Bill.
Absolutely.
All right, now throwing underneath, Donley for the Red Knights. Full 30 seconds on the shot clock, 7:50 to go. 8-point lead, their largest. Jalen Wilson underneath, can't get it to go, gets his own rebound, goes up, and he's stuffed, and it's gonna be a jump ball. Good defense by number 14, Tyrese Hagler, who had just checked in. Possession arrow favors the Red Knights. And now we got a 30-second timeout on the court. Not sure which team called it, and I see Damian Johnson is wearing a boot on his right leg. I don't remember seeing that the last game we were here a couple weeks ago. And we've got a timeout on the court here, and what a game it is, Bill. 22-14, as we said at the outset of the broadcast. As we look at the brackets here, you can see, now we took them away, but there's the Red Knight bench.
Well, they're the number 1 seed, facing the number 4 seed, and the winner will go on to play the winner of the Delano-Orono game. That'll be Thursday.
And we were here when Orono took on the Red Knights, and that was a great game, and that would be a great rematch. But right now, the Red Knights have to take care of these dangerous Richfield Spartans. They come out of the Tri-Metro Conference. They were 3rd in the conference, and they had some formidable teams. Columbia Heights and, of course, De La Salle, one of the best teams in the state. But the Red Knights are also ranked in the top 10. All right, following the timeout, the referees are over at the scorer's table. There seems to be some sort of confusion with the possession arrow as we've got an angle just behind there. And you can see they're trying to figure that out.
It's going to be Richfield's ball.
They're going to reverse the call. So after number 14, Tyrese Hagler, came in to force that jump ball, they worked out the possession arrow to favor Richfield. So a turnover on the Red Knights and an opportunity for the Spartans here. We're now under 8 minutes to go, first half. All right, with the ball, that's Xavier Hayes. Tight defense by Jalen Daisy, and he comes away with it, just as I said it. Now Daisy comes in. Oh, that could have been a charge. They didn't get that call, and Kita with the rebound. Another offensive putback by Benilde.
BSM starting to win the inside game.
And there is a foul going to be called on the other end by Ronald Lee as he bumped C.J. Armstrong. And now here's this replay as we saw the steal by Jaden Daisy. And takes it in. Was there a charge here on this replay, Bill?
I don't think so. I don't think so. He hadn't gotten set.
All right, at the line now because they are in the bonus. So all these fouls are going to favor the Richfield Spartans, but they've got to make them pay at the free throw line if they're going to get back in this one.
9 fouls to 4.
That's a huge opportunity for the Spartans. Will they take advantage?
CJ knocked it down.
gets his first to go. Checking in now for the Spartans, that's Musa Sané, averaging 4.9, the senior, and Armstrong now at the line for his second. One more foul, and the Spartans will be in the double bonus, which means they'll get 2 automatics instead of a 1-and-1 going forward. So a huge opportunity for Richfield to get back in this at the free throw line if they can maneuver and manage that leverage. Now, 1-2-2 zone press it appeared there, just briefly. So the Spartans coming out with a different look on defense, and there's a push underneath by number 14, Tyrese Hagler, right in front of the referee. That'll be the team's 5th. We look at Jalen Wilson. He's having a great first half here.
Right now, Richfield's going with a smaller lineup. I'm going to expect to see BSM look inside.
All right, now underneath, Kita at the blocks. CJ Armstrong on him. Kita now will back off, picks up his dribble. Wilson now in the corner along the baseline, back out on top to number 3. Lee drives the lane, gets blocked. Richfield back with it. Armstrong on a 2-on-1 break, comes in. Underneath, can't get it to number 5, that is Sané, and the Red Knights recover, but boy, they were off on the break there quickly. Now CJ with 21 on the shot clock, spin move, stuffed. Kita and Daisy, stuffed again, no call, all ball both times, and the Red Knights get possession right back. Into the front court is Daisy, into the corner, Kita. Back to Jalen Wilson, he's on the block, extended. Kita from way outside off the front rim, rebound into the hands of Inda.
Stolen.
No, stolen by Daisy. 10-point lead for the Red Knights, 6 minutes approximately to go. Into the front court, number 3 is Hayes. Comes in on the drive, off the board, off the rim, and rebound into the hands of the Red Knights. And they got a chance here to really put the hurt on as we approach the end of the game. And now, the almost steal by Richfield. Red Knights dodge a bullet there. And that'll cause Jaden Daisy to back off. 20 on the shot clock. And we're going to have a timeout as Damian Johnson was way off the bench in front of the scores table, pleading for a timeout, and he finally got the referee's attention. So
the former Gopher is moving pretty well with a boot on his leg.
That's good. That's good to see. And now we can look at that bracket. The Red Knights beat Bloomington Kennedy round
by about
1.
50.
And Richfield got by Mountain West Tonka. And then on the lower end of the bracket, we've got Delano and Orono. And we know that Orono coach is Barry Wooler. What was the school? Was it Bird Island, Lake Lillian? He took to the state tournament.
That's right, Bob.
And they upset a big school, I can't remember, or something like that. But nevertheless, they're taking on Delano, and I know the head coach of Delano. He was a sophomore when I went to Shakopee High School and played basketball, and now he was a great point guard, Terry Teckham. So that'll be an interesting matchup, Teckham versus Wooler. And Delano and Orono are a big rival. They're geographically right next to each other. So that'll be an interesting outcome, and the winner of both these games will be in the championship next Thursday.
March 14th at 7 p.m.
Yep, don't look at that bracket. That needs to be changed there. That's not March 7th. That was March 7th. That was here. And the girls, Red Knights, as we should give a shout out to them, they are going to the state tournament to defend their title bill. What a year they are having. They're ranked, I think, number 2 in the state. And so the boy Red Knights, they want to follow suit here, and that would be something special for this school if both those teams could get to the tournament in the same year.
It sure would, Bob, and their shout out to their hockey team, which was ranked 4th in the state and almost beat Edina to go to the state champion, just to the state finals.
You're absolutely correct about that. All right, now following the timeout, Daisy from outside with that silky smooth 3. Kita with the offensive rebound, can't get it to go. Inda was able to disrupt him just a little bit. What a play by Inda underneath, Bill. It looked like Kita had a certain cue. Down to the front court, Hayes. Stolen by Jalen Wilson. He's going to go for the stuff, Bill, if he can get it. And Inda, no, CJ Armstrong disrupted that shot, and now it's out of bounds. What great recovery by the Spartans on defense. Incredible.
He was coming down the court with so much speed that he couldn't soften the shot, and it went off the back rim.
And you could tell he was getting ready to stuff it until the Spartans caught up to him just in time, and then they turned it into a turnover. From way outside, that was taken by number 14, Hagler. Now to the front court, Donley. Near side, Xavier Lumpkin. They've got a trap-type half-court defense there, and it is being somewhat effective, but you know who's being really effective is that man right there, number 24, Jalen Wilson. Still having a great half, and now the almost steal by Donley, and he goes down in the corner. Wilson over there to help him up. Looks like everyone's going to be okay. And here's that replay underneath with Wilson. Muscling it up there, taking advantage of his 6'7" frame, Bill.
28-16 with 4 minutes and 36 seconds to go.
Largest lead. And when you consider Richfield averages 82.7 and they've only got 16 so far, doesn't bode well right now for the Spartans. They got to get some offense, Bill. Now driving, and it's going to be out of bounds.
Right.
Richfield. And they have not been able to take advantage of that foul differential at all. In fact, the lead has gotten worse for the Spartans. All right, now into the front court. That is number 5, Jaleel Donley, into the corner. Nuon, Richfield looking for some answers here. Daisy, back over to Donley. Donley now took a little contact, no call. Now Daisy, short-range jumper from the side, good.
He drilled that one.
14-point lead, largest. Now quickly from outside, that was 14. Hagler can't get it to go. One shot and done, Bill. And now Nuon hard off the glass.
We got an injury down at the other end of the court.
Oh,
so
yes.
we're gonna halt play.
Slow to get up is number 23, David Lee on the other end. And we're gonna get a substitution for him. That's Musa Sane. And it looks like he's gonna be all right, but he is walking off a little gingerly. And here is Hagler's shot off the rim. Let's see if we can see the injury as he goes down right there. Oh, he
might have been an ankle. Ankle or a knee.
Or he hit hard on his hip too, I thought. We'll keep an eye on him and whether he'll come back. He's at the end of the bench receiving treatment as we speak. Now C.J. Armstrong, the double T. Gets out, now he gets the return. Oh my goodness, he went for the stub and couldn't get it to go. My goodness. You wonder if he should have tried that stuff, Bill, down by so many points. You want to get the points.
He could have laid it up.
And now Hagler can't get it to go. Now here comes Wilson with a 16-point lead, comes in, draws contact, no call, no travel, nothing. Now Daisy, Donley, 23 on the shot clock. Now Daisy from outside, good.
Nothing but net.
And it is starting to go quickly here for the Spartans. They are looking for answers. They're down 19. Now CJ finds, and now we have a timeout taken by Coach Omar McMillan, and he needed that timeout, Bill, for sure, to stop the bleeding.
CJ made a nice penetration move and laid it up.
Well, you can see why he is much talked about, averaging 32. He's had games I've seen in the 40s. He's had 50 points, and it's really amazing to me as now let's look at this replay. And
beautiful three-pointer.
Jaden Daisy is in the zone, as Trent Tucker likes to say. Big time, and so are these Red Knights. 35-18.
With just under 3 minutes to go.
I was looking at the schedule here for Richfield, and they are 16-11 coming out, but they went through a stretch here where they lost 7 in a row from December 15th through January 5th, and I wondered if C.J. Armstrong may have been hurt. I didn't do enough research to find that out, but that was my first thought, how they lost those 7 in a row. But in the last 10, they're 7-3. The Red Knights are 8-2 in their last 10. And I think these Red Knights are playing their best basketball of the year, and this is exactly the time of year you want to be hitting in all cylinders.
No doubt about it. You know, I saw BSM lose to De La Salle earlier in the year, and this Richfield team beat De La Salle twice, so I'm a little surprised at the 35-18 score right now.
Yeah, that brings interesting context to this matchup. So let's see, if you were the Spartans, what are you talking about, Bill, on that sideline quickly here?
Well, we're going to try and get C.J. Armstrong to drive the ball to the hoop, pick up fouls and free throws.
All right, now 2:51 to go. If you're Richfield, you'd like to cut into this lead even a little bit before you hit the locker room. Now the alley-oop to Kita, can't go. Ball off of Richfield. They just can't buy a break, can they, Bill?
No, that ball was bouncing from one guy to another.
Went off Xavier Hayes. And when you're going to win on the road as the underdog, you got to have those little things go your way. And so far, they are not for Richfield. Now late here in the first half, 2:34 to go. Here's Jalen Wilson, spin around. Gets shut down, though, by number 5, Sine, on defense. Great job by the Spartans. And now Sine is going to get the hold.
That was an obvious foul. Easy call.
Yep, that'll be their team 6, so they aren't in the bonus yet. Now they will be for the next 2:27. That'll be Sine's second, team 6th. Now throwing underneath by 0. That is Nuon. Milton Nuon, just a freshman out there. And now checking in for the Spartans, that's Aiden Inda. He was effective out there. See what he can do when he comes back out there. All right, now, Jaden Daisy. You talk about effectiveness. Jaden Daisy's played very well in the first half as well for the Red Knights. Now Lee. And Nuon.
To travel.
Took that step. That's anxiousness. You want to get that first quick step so you can get that leverage into the net, and sometimes you travel, and that's a turnover. So another opportunity here for the Spartans.
I'll be watching how they defend C.J. Armstrong right now.
All right, now that is Inda to number 3, Hayes. Milton Nuon, tight defense. Now Hagler into the corner, C.J. Armstrong. It is fun to watch that kid play, I got to admit. Inda drives off the board in the rim. Rebound. Jalen Wilson on the wing to Kita. Takes it all the way. I think it went off the rim. Rebound, though, Red Knights. And they have dominated on the offensive boards. I don't have the stats, but it's obvious to see that. And Inda with the rebound. Red Knights are giving these Spartans chances. They just can't capitalize when they get the ball back. And now C.J. Armstrong gets blocked. That was outstanding defense by number 1, Jaden Daisy. My goodness. And on the other end, to add insult to injury, number 3, Ronald Lee drills a 3.
Here comes Richfield, right back.
And right back off the rim.
He missed it.
Just not happening. And now we're going back and forth. Kita off the rim. Inda with another rebound, and then the foul going to be called on Milton Nuon, the freshman. And that'll stop the clock with 1:08 to go.
I think when Abu Kita gets inside, he's just got to calm down a little bit and be a little gentler on those shots.
That comes with experience, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah,
These kids are young and they are fired up.
He's a great athlete and just needs to collect himself when he's near that basket.
All right, now at the line, Aiden Inda, sophomore guard. Nice shot there. He has this uncanny ability, Inda. He's been sneaking up behind. He can steal a ball. He's had 2 defensive rebounds the last 2 times down the court. He's very effective in his way that he moves around. He seems to have good court awareness. He seems to always be in the right spot, it feels like. All right, now Inda. And gets that one to go. 17-point differential, 1:08 to go. 34 on the shot clock, 1:06 remaining in the first half. This is the Class 3A Section 6 semifinal. Winner goes to the championship next Thursday, March 14th. The Red Knights win, it'll be right here. All right, far wing, Kita, 15 on the shot clock. Into the corner, that's Nuon. Wilson, what great body control when he takes that ball. Now, CJ, watch this, folks. Big time.
The crowd goes wild.
That could be the shot in the arm that these Spartans need going into halftime, Bill, if they can get a stop here especially. And now Wilson goes down hard, and he's going to go to the line and shoot 2.
It's only 25 seconds
look
left.
Look at that steal. Let me tell you what, Bill, this is suitable for framing right here.
Nice dunk.
I'm a fan of C.J. Armstrong. He can really play, can't he, Bill?
He's fun to watch.
All right, now here is Jalen Wilson at the line.
That's off.
All right, checking in for Richfield is number 12. That is Ben Heigerken, along with number 14, Hagler, checks in. Also, Tanner Rose checks in for the Red Knights.
Let's see if Richfield plays for one shot or tries to maybe
score and get a turnover. Yes,
exactly.
Right. Okay, now Inda. That is Hayes. He's been quiet. Inda from outside. Can he deliver? He does. We were just talking about him, Bill. He is sneaky good, that kid. 38-25. Now Rose drives the baseline. Wilson underneath. He gets it to go.
Yes.
They're going to count it. I see the referee.
40-25 at the half, Bob.
What a finish. Judge for yourself, folks, if we can get the time. Wilson, I thought I saw, yeah, the light was on. Oh, I couldn't tell. Are they going to review it? I don't think they allow that in high school sports. They
Here you
do
go
not.
again.
Here we go. Let's see with this angle.
I'll tell you when he shoots. Right now.
Then, oh my goodness. Could you tell?
No, it was right there. Right there.
Well, they're going to count it. That means our halftime score, the Red Knights 40, Spartans 25. But I do think overall for the Spartans, they've got a little momentum going into the second half on that steal dunk by C.J. Armstrong. So
absolutely. The last couple minutes went Richfield's way, and BSM had a lot of foul trouble that first half. I think Richfield had some chances to really capitalize that and weren't able to do so.
I agree. So our halftime score, 40-25. You're watching ParkTV 16 Sports. We're streaming live on YouTube. Come on back for half number 2 in 9 minutes and 8 seconds.
There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone.
Welcome back to ParkTV 16 Sports on location. We are streaming live on YouTube, and we are bringing you Class 3A Section 6 semifinal basketball from the Hobbins Center on the beautiful campus of Benilde-St. Margaret's. Our halftime score, 40-25. I'm Robert Christensen. Along with me is Bill Cottrell as our color analyst. And Bill, what do you think are the keys to the second half if you're the Spartans and if you're the Red Knights?
Well, obviously, Richfield's going to have to really step it up in the second half, down 15 points, and they're going to have to play really tough D. See if C.J. Armstrong can't really start lighting them up.
All right, now we are about to begin. The Red Knights will have a throw-in on the far side, and there is C.J. Armstrong. Tight defense, man-to-man. He's meeting up in the backcourt. Lee with it to start it off for the Red Knights. They're up 15 with first possession. Now into the corner, Daisy. On him closely is number 35, Dre Collins for the Spartans. And the Spartans almost forced a turnover, and then they kick it out of bounds. So they've come out to play some defense, Bill.
They sure did.
All right, just underway here, second half. Again, you're watching ParkTV 16 Sports. Glad you're with us. On the far side, throwing in will be Jaden Daisy. One of the three Dr. J's, as I like to call them for the Red Knights. Jaden Daisy, Jaleel Donnelly, and Jalen Wilson. It's a tongue twister.
I really like the way Donnelly handles the point.
And Donnelly now into the corner. Daisy back to Donnelly. Donnelly now with 5 on the shot clock. Shot from the free throw line off the back rim, and Jalen Wilson with another offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Daisy in the corner.
Got it.
That's his third three of the night, or the afternoon, Bill, and a good start for the Red Knights. Now Armstrong in with the reverse layup.
Pretty.
And a nifty move by the Fremont, the junior, C.J. Armstrong. 17 minutes approaching. Donley from the key drives, kicks it out to Lee. Lee fakes the shot, back to Donley at the top of the key. He drives, lowers his shoulder, contact, no foul. Daisy again from outside.
Got it.
And the Spartans have got to do something about that. They can't let Daisy sit there and shoot all
And
night
here comes
long.
Armstrong, right back.
Yeah, here comes the C.J. Armstrong show. He's got all 4 of the second half for the Spartans. Now Donley. Drives, pops, off the back rim, rebound into the hands of number 35, Dre Collins, and now with it is number 3, Xavier Hayes. Hayes was quiet from the field in the first half. He averages 17 a game. Now C.J. Armstrong from outside. Rebound, Kita goes up big and strong. Number 23.
He did.
He really, he kind of looks like Michael Jordan 23 a little bit, his body shape.
He's very strong.
All right, now Donley. Daisy underneath to Wilson. Good defense by Sanaa, and Sanaa
just
forced him off his shot. Great defense by the Spartans that time down. Now C.J. Armstrong in to Hayes, draws contact, and he is having a hard time finding his shot. Now rebound on the fast break. Lee comes in.
Beautiful layup by Lee.
He gets by C.J. Armstrong. 19-point differential. Spartans, they were down 15 at the beginning of the half, and now they are down 19. On the near wing, number 23, David Lee. So we have a Ronald Lee on the Red Knights and a David Lee for the Spartans. Now Armstrong behind the back dribble, spin move, lost control, got it back and in.
Beautiful recovery, Bob.
We are now starting to see what all the talk is about for C.J. Armstrong.
He's already had 6 points this half.
48-31 as we're approaching the 15-minute mark. The winner goes to the championship of Section 6 in Class 3A. He'll take on the winner of Orono Delano, playing in Delano right now as we speak. And there's a whistle meanwhile. And there's going to be
Looks like we're going to get a foul.
There's Armstrong on the replay. So that will be first team foul on the Spartans. Foul's going to be called on Aiden Inda, who impressed in the first half.
Uh-oh. Donley had a little trouble with the ball that time.
All right, that's a turnover for the Spartans. They're going to need a lot more of those. And now the Red Knights showing full court pressure, although, man-to-man. And that is Lee against Hayes. Hayes finally gets it over the timeline. Benilde, they want to milk that clock and doing that type of press, and now a foul is going to be called on the Red Knights, and it looks like Xavier Hayes is going to go to the line and shoot 2 on the shooting foul. Here's that replay, and Lee Ronald just got him with the body, and so did Jalen Wilson. Who are they going to call that on? So that'll be number 3 on Ronald Lee, and is he going to stay in the game with 3 fouls? It looks like he is, as Hayes makes his first of 2.
Lee reminds me a little bit of the Gophers point guard, Hawkins. Very quick, very aggressive.
Rebound, C.J. Armstrong gets it blocked by Kita into the hands of number 23, David Lee, and he gets it to go. An important putback for the Spartans, and now they show press full court, at least token. Now Donley brings it up. Lead now 14. Daisy back to Donley. Donley now drives the lane, in and off the rim, rebound into the hands of number 35 for the Spartans,
There's
Dre
a
Collins,
foul.
and he draws a foul.
That's his 3rd.
And that is going to be the second team foul on the Red Knights as we look at that put back by number 23, David Lee, back on the other end. And now they get the ball back, Bill, and a chance to cut the lead to 12 or 11. Plenty of time on the clock in the second half. Now with it, number 35, that's Dre Collins from way outside. He gets it to go. Number 23, no, that was David Lee with that shot.
Beautiful shot.
Big time 3, just what the doctor ordered for the Spartans. They're within 11, Bill, with nearly 14 to go in the second half. Now in the far corner, Jalen Wilson with the answer, draws
And
the contact, and he'll go to the line for the 3-point play on the other end. Look at that.
We've got an exciting second half.
Yes, we do. Jalen Wilson at the line.
There's no quit in Richfield. They're going to battle this right to the end.
Meanwhile, look at that three shot by number 23, David Lee, the senior guard, averaging 7.6. Big three there, and a confidence booster for the Spartans on the offensive end if they can keep getting those to go. All right, 14-point lead for the Red Knights. Driving is Hayes, comes in, draws a whistle, and that's going to be a shooting foul. No, they're going to call it a side out.
Who's it on?
Before the shot. Let's see, referee comes over. It's going to be on
number 1.
That's Milton Nuon, the freshman. Third team foul for the Red Knights, 2 for the Spartans. Now from way outside, he hit the last three. That one's off the rim. Lee, that was, and rebound into the hands of Daisy. Now Donnelly with it. He'll bring it across the line. And with it now, number 3, Ronald Lee. Back to Daisy, back to Lee. Looks underneath Donnelly, flashing. Lee drives, comes in with the...
Beautiful layup. Acrobatic.
Great job by Ronald Lee. Now here comes C.J. Armstrong, drives and draws the
got
contact.
the foul.
Couldn't get the and one, however, but he'll go to the line and shoot 2. That stops the clock with 13:05 remaining.
Let's watch Lee go to the hoop.
Nice move right around the rim there by Ronald Lee. Senior showing his experience and maturity with that drive. Meanwhile, back on the other end, C.J. Armstrong starting to get heated up here in the second half. And he makes the first of 2.
15-point lead, 13 minutes to go.
Checking out for the Spartans is Musa Sane. Checking in is number 22, Derek Brown, the junior guard. And meanwhile, now Coach Omar McMillan talking, moving players around. He brings number 3, Hayes, down to the block and puts number 22, Derek Brown, who just substituted in now. C.J. Armstrong. Almost like a director in a play, Bill, moving the characters around on the stage. Now Lee, full court press, breaks it on the far side easily, got touched from behind, they let him go, almost lost control, regained his balance.
Now they're gonna slow it down.
All right, now Donnelly. Donnelly looks to go to the lane, gives it up to Lee. Lee now, he had a nice drive before, drew contact before the foul, before the whistle, before the shot, I meant to say. And that'll be a side out.
You know, Lee was taken out due to foul trouble early in the first half, but he's getting some solid playing time in right now.
All right, now thrown underneath by Donnelly. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Into the corner, the return pass. Playing tight defense, David Lee. Now on the block extended is Jalen Wilson. He'll go against Hayes, and now Keita comes in with the dunk attempt. And that's gonna go out of bounds, missed shot, and he is upset with himself on that one. Right here, watch him, Skybill. And that was great defense coming across. Drake Collins, the freshman.
Just got his hand in there.
Taking on the junior Keita. Great defense by the Spartans. They're gonna need a lot more of that if they want to get back in this more. 12 and a half to go. Season on the line for both of these teams.
Beautiful layup.
Hayes, averaging 17.5 a game. If they can get him heated up, that would help a lot for the Spartans. All right, now Donnelly into the front court. 12-point differential. Closest it's been in the second half.
There we
Keita.
go. Slam dunk. That's what he wanted the time before.
Wow. Great athleticism on display. Now, Hayes comes in, and he's going to go to the line and shoot 2. That'll stop the clock.
Let's see who's that on.
Well, let's watch this first. Look at that vertical leap, Bill. They just did the NFL Combine in Indianapolis with when they do a vertical leap. I'd like to hear how much he can jump for. That is something to watch. All right, now Hayes at the line on the other end. Gets that one to go. They're going to need to make almost all their free throws if they're going to get back in this one at the end, Bill.
Well, they're down 13 with 12 minutes to go. They definitely have an opportunity to get back in this game.
All right, now for his second attempt, Xavier Hayes, the senior senior. Gets that to go. They're hanging around, Bill. Down 12, full court press. Daisy will bring it up. And now they relent and they'll come across the timeline. That's CJ Armstrong against Daisy. They've been leaving him open most of the game, and after that last timeout, they needed to solve that, didn't they? And that should open it up for the rest of the Red Knights. There's Keita, bats it out, and they save it to the Spartans, and now they come in, mismatch there, but my goodness, David Lee took it right to the man. Wow.
And we've got a 10-point game.
Spartans off their seat. I mean, that was David versus Goliath there, Bill.
Yep, 6-7 versus, but he got it down.
That's the danger of saving the ball in your own end. You don't know where it's going, and it went right into the hands and ended up in Lee, and he took on Jalen Wilson.
Richfield's got to feel pretty good about how things started out this half.
And it's a 10-point differential with 11:26 to go. And I'm looking over at the coach, Damian Johnson, has his team standing all around him. If you're Damian Johnson, what's your message, Bill, to your players now that they have given up 5 of their 15-point lead at the beginning of the half?
Well, the coach is intense, and he's just imploring these players to get out there and do everything they can to get back in this game.
All right, now following the timeout, Red Knights will have possession underneath. Spartans will show full court pressure to start. 5 team fouls for the Red Knights. Just 3 for the Spartans.
We're gonna see some pressure here.
All right, now Jalen Wilson will throw it in underneath. They've got all mans on deck in the backcourt, full court, man-to-man pressure here by the Spartans. They try the trap, comes back around. They execute that perfectly, the Red Knights. They broke that no problem this time. Now Daisy back to Lee. Lee now comes top of the key, extended, now gives it back to Daisy and back to Lee. Now Lee spins, comes in with another great move, can't get it to go though.
Here comes Richfield.
Now here comes number 35 with it, that's Collins, and he gets it to go.
He's got an 8-point game now.
Now here is Lumpkin, Lee. Lumpkin, I thought he walked there, Bill, got away with it maybe. Now at the top of the key, outside is Lee. Ronald Lee, the senior, big-time 3 for the Red Knights.
He's had a great second half.
That is just what the doctor ordered. It's a great game now. Now here comes Hayes, and they're going to call no call.
No call.
And now back into the hands of Lee. His team back up 11, and he's going to draw the reach-in foul by number 23, David Lee.
This has really been back and forth, and the players are just up and down this court.
Yes, they are. And back on the other end, the replay right there, and the basket made by number 35, Dre Collins, the freshman. And we've got 10:25 to go. If you're with us, glad you are. Buckle your seatbelts. This promises to be a good one down to the end. And you're watching ParkTV 16 Sports. We're streaming live on YouTube. Glad you're with us. Now Lee to Wilson. On him is number 5, Seno. And Wilson with the sky hook. Can't get it to go off the boards. And I think Keita was the last one to touch it.
Nope.
Nope. Side out going to be for the Red Knights. I thought Keita touched it last, but I didn't have the best angle there. So possession will remain with the Red Knights. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Throw in into the corner. Jaden Daisy. Wilson works that baseline, tried to muscle it up, gets his own rebound, can't get that to go. Keita on the other end, he's going to be fouled as he goes back up. Is that a jump ball call or a foul? I think that's a foul call.
That's a foul, and Jalen was looking for a call.
Didn't get it there.
I think he could have been called for a foul.
Look at that rebound. What a monster rebound by Abu Keita. And he is going to get rewarded by going to the line.
It's the 5th foul on Richfield.
Makes that first shot. Number 23, Abu Keita, the junior.
So after the lead was cut to 8, it is now 12.
Just under 10 to go. And Kita with the second gets that to go. These free throws could prove critical at the end. Now, C.J. Armstrong into the front court. That is Jaden Daisy on him. Those two, it's a war between those two. Off the mark, good defense, and look at Kita Sky for that rebound.
He sure did.
Now, here is number 3, Ronald Lee into the front court. The Spartans made their run, and that was great defense, almost, by number 5, Musa Sana. He got his hand on it. And
we got a turnover.
Travel going to be called on Jalen Wilson as he had a look of disbelief on his face.
Well, one official thought it was a foul, and the other one felt it was traveling.
And there was the great defense by Sana, then back into the hands, and they're going to say he walked right there. He may have taken a little baby step there. It was close.
I didn't see it.
All right, now checking in. Aiden Inda, number 2.
He can be fun to watch.
All right, now full court pressure. That's Nuon 0, along with number 3, Ronald Lee. Into the front court, Hayes. That's Nuon, the freshman. Now into the corner, that's C.J. Armstrong, number 4. Nice
Beautiful move.
Off the mark, though. Rebound, Ronald Lee. He is having a great afternoon in the second half, this kid. Now to the corner, Donley to Nuon. Back to Donley. Great ball rotation by the Red Knights there. Lee into the corner. Jalen Wilson, block extended, finds the baseline and gets it to go. And it's a cardinal rule to not give up the baseline on the defensive end because bad things happen, and that's why right there, once he got position, he went off the board and in and drew the foul. And Jalen Wilson now will go for the and one.
That was a big basket for BSM to put him back in charge with a 15-point lead.
The 6'7" Jalen Wilson, the junior, having an afternoon as well, is checking out for the Spartans is Musa Sane.
I was told before the game that Nebraska has offered him a full ride, and he has yet to make a decision.
Jalen Wilson, you mean?
Yes.
All right, he makes that and one, bumps that lead now back up to 16. And the Red Knights may have survived that mid-half run by the Spartans. They're going to have to find it again, and they do right there.
There could have been an offensive foul there.
They're letting him play on both ends, it seems, a lot of the time, which is kind of the way you like it, as long as it's not too blatant. You want these players to win it on the court, not with the referees for sure.
There's a foul.
There's going to be a reach-in foul on the Red Knights, and that should even up the team fouls. And Richfield kind of got back into the foul picture as they now have 16 fouls. He did give a little elbow there, Bill. Good observation. With this relentless tight man-to-man defense, they're doing anything they can to get a little room to get a shot off. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely.
All right, now, meanwhile, Ronald Lee at the line.
I've really enjoyed the way Ronald Lee's played this half. I already said that, but he missed that one.
All right, rebound, Hagler. In the corner, Inda. Can't get it to go, just checked in.
That would have cut it.
He's capable of making that 3. All right, now back into the front court for the Red Knights. Wilson was open for a second. Donley didn't see him. Now Ronald Lee. Top of the key, switches places with Nuon. Now gives it up to Donley. They got a great motion offense, don't they, Bill? Now, there is Jalen Wilson. Are you kidding me?
He's having a big half.
He is absolutely. Now back in the front court. And they're going to call the block on Lumpkin. As driving the lane for the Spartans, getting his own and one was number 35, Dre Collins, the freshman.
I love to see these guys from Richfield bring it right to the hoop.
That foul is going to be called on Xavier Lumpkin. That's both teams now are going to be in the bonus as Richfield has 17 fouls. The Red Knights have 6. The differential is 14. 8 minutes exactly to go, Bill. All right, the and one for number 35, Dre Collins. Great electricity, beautiful afternoon, sunshiny. There's beautiful skylights at the Hobbins Center Basketball Gymnasium here. Great atmosphere, almost full crowd. Actually, it is a full crowd. Meanwhile, back on the other end, there's another whistle and a foul going to be on number 35, Dre Collins. That'll be team's 8th, and so a reversal of fortune here on the foul category as the Red Knights were in foul trouble early in the first half. This time the Spartans are. First shot is made by Daisy. He'll get a second. 15-point lead. Damian Johnson off the bench having a word with one of the officials, something he didn't like. Communicating, and now the rebound and the miss. Oh, Xavier Lumpkin lost control there, and it was stolen. Now here comes Jalen Wilson on the break, and he gets it to go. He is really establishing his dominance.
Timeout.
And now we have a timeout on the court taken by Richfield as they're now back down 17, Bill.
That's about what it was at half.
And they started the half down 15. So all that work they did, I think they cut it to 11 at one point.
8. They cut it to 8.
They cut it to 8 at that point, that's right. And they made their run, but maybe they were down just too much to overcome. They're going to have to find their second or maybe third win now, because it's getting down to crunch time with 7:39 to go as we look at the Red Knight fans on the far end there. Young girl with the poster. And all those Red Knight jerseys on the far end of the court there. And there's the Spartans section. The moms, dads, brothers, sisters of the Richfield Spartans. They traveled well up from 494 and what is that avenue that they're on? Portland?
Well, they're right off of 66th Street in Portland.
That's right. So not a far drive there. Richfield to Benilde, probably 10, 15 minutes in a bus, 20. All right, Red Knights, they're 7:39 from a championship and a chance to go to the state tournament. I don't remember the last time the boys had been in the state tournament, but it's been a while, and they've been inching for it. The last couple of years, they've come close. They've made runs. I remember 1 year, maybe 2 years ago, West Taka came in here and upset them in this exact semifinal game. So I don't think they've even been in a final for a couple of years. So this is a big hurdle for them mentally to overcome to try to get to that championship game. And then we'll see what happens. And whatever they play next week, whether it's Delano or Orono, it's going to be a big one. All right, now, following the long timeout there, Red Knights with the full court press, and they can't get it in, and they finally do to Inda, who shows up just at the right time at the right spot again, Bill, that number 2. Oh, now he almost loses it, gets it right back, finds underneath. Are you kidding me? David Lee, where did Inda see him? How did he see him? Did he have eyes in the back of his head? That was a great look. Watch this kid. I am becoming a huge fan. There he sees wide open, left all by himself. Number 23, David Lee. The easiest 2 points of his career for sure. All right, now there's Inda. Tight defense on Daisy. He's drawn that assignment. 15-point differential with 17-17 to go. Red Knights into the front court. That's Donnelly. Now to Kita. Kita. 14 on the shot clock. Donnelly hasn't taken a shot in a while. Rebound. And they're going to put the push on Jalen Wilson. That'll be the team's 7th.
Let's see how many fouls he has.
That's a push underneath on Jalen Wilson. That'll be a turnover. That's Jalen's third. And that means it's going to be a one-on-one back on the other end. That's a time saver for the Spartans, isn't it, Bill?
Absolutely. They need to use every second of that clock to their advantage. So if they can get to that free throw line, it's going to make a big difference.
Very efficient use of time when you're scoring without the clock coming down. And he can't get it to go. Rebound by C.J. Armstrong. Are you kidding me?
Beautiful job.
Wow. What a great offensive rebound and putback by C.J. Armstrong. They're down 13 now. Here comes Donnelly. Quick ball rotation. Lee all alone outside. He almost had too much time, Bill. Now Kita with an offensive board, and that's just That's just too good. Kita dominating tonight. Now C.J. Armstrong underneath to Inda. Inda looking. And he takes the shot from way outside. Can't get it to go.
Uh-oh. He lost his shoe.
Rebound, Donnelly. Yeah, Daisy, his shoe has come out, and now he gets his ankle back in there. Meanwhile, back on the other end, forced out of bounds. Possession will remain with the Red Knights.
Every time Richfield makes a run, BSM seems to answer.
That's the name of the game. It's almost like tennis. If you You know, you break serve, you want to break them right back, and that's what they've done. Now here comes Daisy with the spin around jump shot, Bill.
That was a college move.
That was big time there. No question about it. Now here comes Hayes. He loses it, gets stripped. Now Donnelly on the break, back to Wilson underneath Nikita. Wow, that was well executed. Textbook fast break, Bill. Now C.J. Armstrong back the other way. Gets it spun around, and he's trying to.
He got the foul.
It reminds me of if you ever played pom-pom polo, did you ever skate where you had to skate where you're trying to, it's like one person against everybody? That's what it felt like there with C.J. Armstrong. Seemed like he was getting quintuple teamed.
Well, you can see Richfield really desperate now, knowing that a lot of good things are going to happen in this next 6 minutes.
Meanwhile, the result of that last sequence was a foul on the Red Knights, number 3. And at the line, C.J. Armstrong, 5:52 remaining. I believe that foul was on Donnelly, and that's his 3rd.
Just missed.
And rebound, Kita
Jump
forces
ball.
the jump ball. No, Hayes forced the jump ball, and he'll get the possession arrow. That's a key break for the Spartans. Can they capitalize? That's the key. They've got to play almost perfect from the field going forward, I would feel. Now Hayes to C.J. Armstrong. I'm sure he feels like he's got to carry most of the load here, and the Red Knights know it.
Almost stolen.
Coming in, David Lee gives it up to number 35. Collins puts it in, gets a nice drive along the baseline, but now Ronald Lee off to the races, and he tripped. And they're going to call a foul on C.J. Armstrong, and boy, Ronald Lee was almost going too fast there.
Yeah, I want to see if he twisted an ankle.
Meanwhile, this was on the other end as they ran into each other, but coming in, keeping his composure was Drake Collins, making that nice baseline drive. Meanwhile, on the other end, Ronald Lee was tripped on the fast break. And he gets that one to go. That foul was on number 23, David Lee, his 4th personal. 9th team foul for the Spartans, 8 team fouls for the Red Knights, 5:30 to go. And Ronald Lee off the front rim, rebound, quickly ahead to Armstrong, was able to track that down. He's being guarded closely by Daisy, tries to drive the baseline, lost control, gets his own loose ball, and almost stolen. Saving it with Drake Collins, he drives the lane, pulls it up, now Hayes from way outside, and it's boom! And he brings them within 14 with 5:04 to go. A little flicker of hope here for the Spartans, Bill. Now Daisy. Damian Johnson, head coach, calling for the motion offense. And Lee from short range. He's been lights out here in the second half.
Yeah, I'd love to know what he scored this half.
Ronald Lee. One of the many bright spots on this Red Knight team. They are just loaded. Now C.J. Armstrong to Hayes. Down 16. He'll take his second 3 in a row off the back end. He falls down, gets his own rebound from his butt. Unbelievable. Now from way outside, short. Shot taken by number 23, David Lee. Now intercepted by Hayes, and he saves it to C.J. Armstrong. He's on the loose in the lane. Comes in with the other layup on the left side with the right hand.
The Richfield fans remain hopeful, down 14 with 4 minutes.
Donnelly into the front court. Lee on the baseline to Daisy, to Kita. Comes in, draws contact.
And that's 2 and a free throw.
And he muscled that in, Bill. He absorbed that check underneath by Armstrong. That's just pure strength right there, folks. Jalen Wilson coming over with the chest bump.
That's CJ's 3rd foul, but with 4 minutes left, I don't think they're going to be taking him out of the game.
I doubt that very much. All right, now Kita at the line.
Knocks it down.
You know, at the beginning of the broadcast, we talked about how the Spartans average 82 a game, and I look at how the Red Knights average 54, and it's reversed today. 80 points now for the Red Knights, 63 for the Spartans, and now a foul going to be called on Daisy, I think, on the reach-in.
A little bit of a late call, but I think it was a good call.
Here's the replay right there. There's been a lot of contact on both sides, and here's the oh, that was the shot from before. Jamie and Johnson now off the bench wanting an explanation on that foul call. Meanwhile, that's C.J. Armstrong at the line. 3:47 remaining. 16-point lead.
We'd like to give you the points for each player, but we're just not able to come up with that.
All right, now C.J. Armstrong. Makes the second one.
15-point game.
Which is where we started at the beginning of the half. And now Ronald Lee into the corner. I thought there might have been an extra step there, but it was far from my vantage point to really determine that. Now Donnelly to Ronald Lee. Into the corner, Daisy, that's his sweet spot.
He's been knocking them down.
Yes, he has. That's at least 4 I have in my memory today. It's hard to, they're all playing really well today from the floor. The shooting percentage has got to be out of sight for the Red Knights. Now that shot was blocked.
Well, things are getting a little sloppy, is what you'd expect when you've got to make up 18 points. And you're going to see some tough shots.
Meanwhile, there's Daisy. That's at least his 4th 3. I may have forgotten one. And I think number 23, that's his 5th personal. David Lee is fouled out. He played great. I'll never forget how he took on Jalen Wilson and got that ball to go.
He's a real competitor.
In the first half. That was amazing.
Foul.
Now a quick foul. They're going to try to stop the clock and have him go to the line for the next 3 minutes and 15 seconds. It's going to turn into a free throw shooting contest, perhaps. And Damian Johnson, you can see him in your foreground there. He had a question with the referee. And now he's talking to someone. I think that might be the athletic director.
Nope.
Or I don't know who that is. And we've got a camera on him, and maybe there's a trouble issue with the fans. I think that is the athletic director.
Jerry Pettinger's the
No, he's no longer the, no, he retired.
Oh, recently.
No, maybe that's the assistant, I'm not sure. But somebody in control here. He's got the key to the city for this gymnasium, obviously. He's the sheriff. And some issue over there with the fans. Meanwhile, nope. He's being asked to leave. A Red Knight fan getting cheered on his way out. All right, now here is Ronald Lee. Back to the real action. Daisy, his team up 18,
foul.
And a quick foul by number 22 for the Spartans who had checked in. That was Derek Brown, number 22 right there. And actually, you know, I thought David Lee had fouled out, but now he's going to come back in. So we don't have a statistician in our broadcast, so we're not always that accurate. But now Daisy at the line. This is the first 19 fouls in this second half so far, Bill. Much different than the first. Now coming in for the Spartans, he'll be into number 2 at the next whistle, and Tyrese Hagler. As Coach Omar McMillan goes to the bench here, trying to get some fresh legs in there in the late run. And now the steal taken by Donnelly as he tried to split the double team. He gets fouled. And I think we're going to see a lot of this type of play here for the next 3 minutes.
We've seen a lot of scoring this half. Richfield's put up 40 points this half.
All right, now Donnelly at the line, and the Red Knights now are smart to back off. They don't want any more fouls or contests. It's time to end this game. If you're Damian Johnson, tell your players to back off. Let's get that clock. Let's get out of here without any injuries and move on to next Thursday's championship game. That's got to be what he's thinking.
100% agree.
That's hard to do, though, when you're out there to try to not play aggressively. That's easier said than done for these kids.
He's got all his starters in.
Yeah, I wouldn't take out the starters, but I'd draw it back a notch here. No reason.
Oh, I think
And a timeout now quickly taken. Go ahead.
Oh, I think maybe the subs will be coming in about a minute or so.
We'll see. All right, timeout on the court, full timeout. And that'll give us a chance to talk about the bracket. Boy, I'm really curious about that Delano-Orono game. I'll bet that gymnasium is packed out there in Delano.
They're playing it right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, update from the
Oh,
other semifinal game.
right on cue. Here's the update.
77, Delano 53.
77 to 53. Orono moves on.
Wow, that'll be a great rematch. These two teams just met here last week, and that was quite the matchup.
What was the final score of that
Well,
game?
I'm just looking to see if I have it close by here, since you brought it up, Bill. Well, I guess we don't have that. It was a sizable score here. Yeah, Orono was 81-75. It was a close game.
85-68.
68, is that what it was? All right, there we go. So not quite a 20-point victory for the Red Knights. But there's still 2:56 to go here, and the Spartans are talking it over on the sideline.
BSM has only had 2 losses in March and February, so they've been on a roll.
All right, long time out there. This is the Spartans' last hurrah. They've got to come up with some sort of miracle run. And throwing it in to start it off will be on the far side. That is Aiden Inda into Hayes. Hayes now to CJ Armstrong. The quick 3 from way outside off the mark. Good defense. Now ahead to Jalen Wilson to Lee in the corner. And he passes on the 3, drives the lane, and lays it in. One of the stars today from the field. Now Inda in the corner. Loses his dribble. Now out to Hayes. Off the rim, off of everything. Missed it all. Now ahead to Wilson on the fast break. Takeda comes in off the board. Rebound Lee. Gets it to go. Too much athleticism, Bill.
The subs are coming in.
Now into the corner from way outside.
Beautiful
David
shot.
Lee.
Beautiful shot.
The senior guard averaging 7.6. Hits a big 3 from the corner.
With a 21-point lead, they're all coming in now, and we're going to see a lot of applause for these starters from BSM.
Yep, they're going to go to the bench, the Red Knights. Checking in for them is number 2, Elliot Lauka, the senior, along with number 10, that's Davis Pukachar, also a senior. Checking in for the Red Knights as well is Drew Kesenchich, a senior. And let's see who else is out there. Number 12, Luke Guggenberger, the junior, checking in. So full sail lineup change except for Lumpkin, who'll throw it in. So that's your lineup. And then for the Spartans, they've also gone to their bench a little bit. Checking in Ben Hyder-Ken, the freshman. Meanwhile, play goes on into the corner. That's number 12, Guggenberger. Can't get it to go, gets his own rebound. And it's picked off by number 14 for the Spartans, Tyrese Hegler. Hegler from way outside on the return pass. I thought that was going in, just missed short of the rim. Now Lumpkin with the rebound, and all the way down the court, he finds number 2. That is Lauka. His shot off the mark. Rebound into the hands of Inda. 1:43 to go. CJ Armstrong still out there, and he takes a 3, can't get it to go. Rebound is Hegler. And taking it away is number 10, Davis Puchachar, and he loses control right at midcourt. Now Inda with it, and they're going to call him for the travel. He was a little indecisive there, right in mid-thought.
One of the fun things I like about high school basketball is we've got a minute and a half to go in a game that's essentially over with, and all these players are giving it 100%.
Yes, they are. That's the high school spirit. And now CJ Armstrong will have a seat. He's going to be back next year. He's just a junior, but for the seniors, this is their last game. For the Richfield Spartans, they were 16-11 in a very tough conference. They took third. They have a lot to be proud of. They're a great team to watch. Played valiantly here, but the Red Knights just too good.
Beautiful. Lumpkin.
Xavier Lumpkin shows his talents. And from way outside, Xavier Hayes can't get it to go. Rebound underneath by number 15, who had checked in for the Spartans. That's Brennan Thim, the senior forward. And the ball ends up in the hands of the Red Knights' Luke Guggenberger. Now to the far side, the give back to number 32 with the shot. Kesenchich can't get it to go. Now, meanwhile, back in the other end and driving is David Lee, and he drew a foul. It's going to be called on the Red Knights' number 2, the senior Elliot Lauka.
Bob, do you have any information about that Orono basketball team?
Well, Barry Wohler's their head coach, so it's going to be 2 University of Minnesota alum basketball players going head-to-head with the right to go to the state tournament. And Barry Wohler, his fame came when he was a point guard for Bird Island, Lake Lillian, and they upset, I don't know who they upset, but they won the Class A championship, and they had mesmerized the whole state with their run to the playoffs from Bird Island, Lake Lillian. That was like in the early 70s, I want to say, mid-70s, somewhere around there. And then he went on to play for the Gophers. And now he's a head coach with Orono, and now Damian Johnson also had a great career with the Gophers, and he's a head coach here at the Red Knights for the last few years, and he's really built this team into a power now, Bill.
Absolutely.
Lumpkin now with 50 seconds into the front court. C.J. Armstrong still out there. Lumpkin now, they're just trying to milk that clock down. 24 on the shot clock, that's Lauka. To Lumpkin, back to Lauka. Lauka fakes the shot, goes with the left side. Now back out to Lumpkin. Lumpkin looking around, back to Lauka. 13 on the shot clock, he takes a 3 short. And it gets knocked out of bounds by Lumpkin. And the ball will go to the Spartans with 26.3.
Wohler led them in 1980 and 1981, so over 40 years ago.
Wow. All right, now taken from outside, that was Lee, or no, excuse me, number 33 had checked in. That was Randy Logan, and the rebound and shot made by Logan as he fouled his own shot, Bill, and that's what they teach you. He's a senior, that's experience for you.
Last few seconds of the game.
Pinocchio outside to Lauka with the 3. Can't get it to go, and that's going to be it. The buzzer sounds to conclude our semifinal game. 91-72 for the Red Knights. They move on to the championship game on Thursday, right back here at the Hobbin Center on the beautiful campus of the Red Knights of Benilde-St. Margaret's. Bill, any final thoughts or comments?
Well, I see some good sportsmanship here, and it's been a great game to watch, and I felt like PSM just was a little bit stronger, faster, and had some excellent shooting today, and it kind of played out the way people expected.
Yep, it was a great game. Red Knights win with 91 points on the board. So for Paul Broden, our producer, Bill Cottrell, thanks for joining us. Great to have you with us and everyone connected with ParkTV 16 Sports. My name is Robert Christensen. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again.